Hi everyone, welcome another video of crafting and DIY with Nora. It's late and I wanted to get the tutorial out real quick because the reason I did these bunnies was I did this beautiful piece of a crib and I wanted to display it with Easter items in it. But I saw everybody was buying the Easter Bunny from Dollar Tree and dressing them up. So I said, you know what? Let me do my own. I like that detail on everything I do. So what I did was I got these from Dollar Tree. They come by the bunch. I think it's 10 or 6. I'm not really sure. You see, these are my templates. What I did, I took material. Every little piece of item I used on the Easter egg, on the small bunny, and on the large bunny are things I already have in here. When I buy not for the moment, but for the future. I either get 50, 75, or clearance. That's the only way I'll shop. And like I said, I buy it not for now, for the future. The piece I used on the crib, the pink crib, was the lace at the bottom. I had that piece for, I think, 15 years. And I kept them because I keep everything in Ziploc bags and nicely put away. So finally, and I said to myself, this piece is going to be for something else. I'm just going to hold on to it, the piece of lace. And it came out beautiful on that crib. So again, what I used here, what I used on these bunnies are stuff I already have here. The first ones, when I did the first ones, I did it as a form because I tell people crafting is my form of relaxation. Yeah, I could videotape myself. I could do the YouTube videos. I could go live, but that's not relaxation for me. Coming into my craft room, sitting down and creating and letting my mind go is how I woosah, so to speak. So when I did the crib, I just needed to craft for myself so I can relax. Not a video, not do a video, not that I wanted to edit or go live. But this piece came out so beautiful that I have to do a video to show you how to do it. And when I did the crib, I felt like I wanted to display the crib in a form of like Easter, because Easter's around the corner. So I opted to doing my own teddy bear. So I started messing around with it. I remembered I had bought this. I took it out. I used it as a template. I took a pin. Nothing big. Everything I have here. Traced it on the material. This is the first time I'm going to use this soft material. But again, my templates. I have lace, ribbons, all sorts of stuff in this room. Again, that I buy from 50, 75, or clearance. That's the only way I shop. Quick. We are going to glue this together, right? What I did was, and I did a big boo-boo when I went cutting it. I was watching this movie that I was into and then realized I cut the rabbit ears. But real quick, I don't know if I'm going to film myself all the way doing this because this does take time. And I don't think I need to show you how to glue anything. You could either use this, the glue gun. This is really good. This is I bought this for $10, and this is what I use for my baby shoes, my infant's baby shoes when I do them. This is a cold version of the hot glue gun. This bottle cost me $10. It adheres just like the glue gun, but cold. But I'm going to use my hot glue gun. You just dab it. And forget about when you seal them together, put them together, how they look. Because after you seal everything, after you hot glue gun everything, we are going to cut the edges and make it clean. Let me And just take your time. It's not a lot that you're putting. It's just a dab. And when you find yourself, when you're stuffing them and it opens, take that glue gun and add a dab. Make sure they're aligned. When I cut them, I fold the material together. So like that, I'm only cutting one time. Again, take your time. And it is tedious work, but again, this is mind relaxing to me. This is, tell people this is the only way I know how to relax. So when I find myself tensed up, I just come in this room and start doing. You see how it looks? Looks all, don't worry about that. You're going to fix that. Everything has a remedy, okay? Remember that. So again, start dapping a little bit. Again, you don't want to use the glue gun. Get that glue I showed you. Excellent. It does exactly what the hot glue gun does. See? And when I use two kind of scissors. I use cutting scissors. And I use these for the little details. You see these little pieces here. So I'll be right back. Let me just glue half of it up to the head so I can show you when I stuff it. And then I'll glue the rest. I'll be right back. So, okay. What I did, I went halfway through the head. I stopped. I stuffed the ears because it's kind of hard when you have glued all this together and left the bottom to stuff. Makes it kind of difficult. So you see so far? You see how I left this piece open? I didn't even realize. So what I do is, because you're going to clean all this up when it's finished stuffing. And this padding, I'm using the padding I used when I did my pillows for the holidays. And I didn't sew them, I hot glue gunned them. So what I was able to do is open them up a little bit so I could take the padding off. And what I do, I'll fold the pillowcases and I'll put them away in storage. So next year, I'll get new padding to stuff them. When the season is over, I'll take the panties off and use it for something else because I can't stuff these big pillows in a bin. So, okay, you see how I corrected that? And you see how it looks? Don't worry about that because that is going to get fixed. You see little hole? Hold it. Little holes. Nothing. I didn't add enough glue. Okay, so we'll continue. I hate long videos. Y'all all know that. I don't think I need to show you how to glue the material. Take your time. You can even dab it. There's no rush. That's why I do detailed pieces, because when I do these, it's more of a relaxation for me as opposed to doing a project. So I really focus. And just hold it down. So when you get like halfway here, you stop and then you stuff the head. Let's do this real quick so you can see. And you tap, tap, tap. There's not a lot that you need. And when you finish, and when you're gluing them together, and you notice that there was a piece that was not glued, add a dab in that little hole, hold it. My hands are so immune to this glue gun, and I got the little rubber things to put in my fingers, but for some reason, I feel like it's not right for me. Dap. Hold it. We're going to go one more side, a little bit more, and then we'll stuff the head. You don't want to glue the whole thing and leave the hole at the bottom and then start stuffing, because that's when it starts to open. So, okay. Up. Let's stuff this head. Stuffing you could get at the material store. And if you have an old pillow, don't throw it away. Take the stuffing out. You see? So I'm going to glue the all the way to halfway at the bottom. So I went halfway. You see how, again, I left this piece open here. I didn't glue this right here. Just put the right here. You're going to trim all this up. Don't worry how it looks for now. Let's hold it, and that's it. You see how sloppy it looks? We're going to fix that. Okay, so I left a little hole so we can stuff this bad baby right here. Hit the feet first. I hope I have enough. I like this is the most I stuff one, so. So we're gonna seal this right here now. You know, I like to, when I do projects, I like that every piece that's on that project was made by me. It wasn't something I bought already done. That's just, I just like details. And again, this what relaxes me. So this don't bother me. Now we're gonna have the most tedious part from this piece here. This is when these two come in. You're just going to take your time. This is how I really relax. And just start to cutting. You see how neat that is now? And hold it down. Hold it down. You see how nice and clean it is? This takes a little time because I like to see it, even though this part is not going to show in the front because we are going to dress it up. Let me take these glows out my fingers. Got a bunch of glue. Let me see here. And these are material scissors. Take your time when you're doing this here. Okay, little hole there, but I'll glue that in a minute. This is where you take your time. It's just the edges. You're not cutting extra or nothing too big. We're just cleaning the edges. See how neat it looks now? When you finish cutting, you're gonna look for both sides. Not only the one you're gonna focus at the front. You make sure that the back also is nice and clean. This is when my little sisters come in to get the little corners I can't with the big scissors. Let me move this piece here because I still gotta glue this piece there. Again, I do crafting to relax. And believe it or not, cutting these pieces right here, it's relaxing to me. You're not cutting big pieces. You're cutting just the tip of it with a glue. And you'll see a big difference. You see how neat that looks compared to when I... So I cleaned the edges up. So what I'm gonna do now is, I have this ribbon here I had for about 3 years. Couldn't find what to do with it, but today it's gonna be used. I'm gonna use this because it's too big for me, rather too fat, you see? I cut it down the middle so I could just get me one. So I'm gonna cover the whole edge of this rabbit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue it right to the tip, all the way around. Hold up. I bought this at a thrift store. A thrift store. I think he gave it to me for $2. That was about 3 years ago. And when you're cutting the edges, take your time. There's no rush. This is the first time I'm using this soft material, because all the materials I did the other ones are like a little thicker material because it holds up better. So choose your materials. Wait a minute. Oh, here you go. Carefully. And just a little dab. Let me show you now. You see? Make sure that when you add the ribbon around, it's a small ribbon, not a big ribbon. See how cute? Sometimes You see, you can see the glue right here. So what I do, I take my, oh, I'm sorry, you see the glue right here. That's because I took too long to put it down. But that's okay because that's going to get covered anyway. Anywhere I see an imperfection or I see glue, I'll cover it with something. Let me get comfortable here. And take your time. I don't know if you can see. This is the first blue I'm doing. I did the Easter eggs like this, the small rabbit like this. It's what you have at home. I'm always buying. I'm always looking for sales and clearance sales. And when I do, I just pick it up and put it away. See, I don't like the way this came out, so I might cover both sides. Because when I don't like something, even though I can cover it up, and like I said, this material is a soft material, so here you have it. Let me tell you about this little piece right here. It gave me a hard time, this specific ribbon. Because I had it so long put away, that what I should have done, it took me a long time to cut in the middle because I had to move these pieces apart, spread them apart. And then because I didn't, you see the difference? I ironed this piece. You see the difference between, had I ironed it first, it would have been easier for me to cut. It would have been easier for me to put on, which it didn't. You see the difference? This is how it is, and this is how, when I ironed it. I wasn't thinking. And because of that reason, you can see some of the glue because it really gave me a hard time. And it took like forever. By the time I spread the pieces apart, making sure that I don't glue it. Whew. So here you have it. A bunny rabbit. Now you can put whatever you want on it. I have a little blue ribbon I have here. Now you can either put it here. You see? Or you can dress it up. Put a tutu on it. This is where the fun comes in, however you want to decorate. Find whatever you have in your craft room, or lace or ribbon, and use your imagination. Look how nice. Now, let me tell you about this texture of the material. It was okay, but it's not as the texture of white burlap. It's a little thicker, and it's easier to work with. I chose blue because I wanted to do blue, but I didn't have a thicker blue. This is the only blue material I had. But this is a little easier, you see? Because it's thick. You do the same thing. Okay, first of all, let me add this here. And it's easier to cut. If you want, you could decorate the egg first. Not waiting till you stuff it. I like to stuff it first. stuffed it. Now I'm going to close it. You hold it down. Oh, where'd my camera go? You hold it down for a little bit. With this burlap material, it's not as bad when you glue it like the soft material, the blue one I used. You see, just the it's just cleaning it up. That's it. And it makes it so much cuter when you do the stuff yourself, as opposed to going to Dollar Tree and buying those little Easter rabbits, the plush ones. But I am going to buy one because I would like to dress it up. Hopefully I can get to my Dollar Tree today. Now when you do, like I said, when you do these small ones, when you do them, the bunny rabbit, and especially this little one, you're going to stuff it halfway when you glued already the ears. Take a stick, because this is very small and your fingers don't fit through them. And what you're going to do is, what you can do is tear up the glue. But you guys see this cute crib I'm going to make for these. I did one in pink, and I think I'm doing one, because I bought the can spray, the paint, like a minty green. You see? Because it gives you a hard time if you start to glue the whole thing and leave an opening at the end to stuff. That's going to be impossible. And probably people will say, why don't you just buy the Dollar Tree ones and just decorate them? But you know what? I like my own. I like my own stuff. Makes it more personal. And I already have the materials needed, so I might as well use them and get them out the way. These scissors come in handy. I have another pair that a friend of mine gave me. Okay, so we're going to stop. We're going to stuff. Make sure you hit the... I'm going to get some cotton so I could put like a little cotton at the end. But again, I have to wait to get to Dollar Tree. And I don't understand why this is... one second. I gotta get to Dollar Tree today. Now you stop here and glue. Yeah, again, it's the material that you use. You can work with it, don't get me wrong. It's just going to take you a little bit more time. And I trace them with a pen, a regular pen, when I do the tracing to the material. That's it. And you can really have fun with these. And you can tell that they are personally made. And it gives it that much character. Up, 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 up. That won't hurt. Again, just clean it up a little bit. I like the burlap material. Or thicker material because I also have another white in there, but not burlap. Burlap, which is also a little thick material. Again, the little piece stood open. You just glue on. You just glue it on. Hold on to it, remove the excess glue. And you want to hold on to it for a couple of seconds, remember, because it has stuffing. And again, I'm just cleaning it up. That's it. And there you have it. I'm going to look what I have in reference to decoring these two adorable pieces. So I'm going to use the same ribbon I used for my bunny rabbit. But what I'm going to do is give it a little crease, so to speak. I don't know if I'm saying it right. A pleat. Pleat. I'll show you. Glue the bottom. So I give it a little fold to get a pleat. And when you glue, you're gluing the edge. Don't go in no middle. Little pleat, if I'm saying it correct. And use whatever you have there. It's a good way to get rid of all whatever you've been holding on to for years. And take your time. And sometimes you just don't want to take this, because sometimes when you hold it with your fingers, the glue down, when you pull it out, you see the glue on the material. So we have like a doll cut. Got a little point to it. There you go. And especially when you're hitting these curves here, you just can't go like this, because when you hit certain curves, you got to give it a plie. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Let me show you. Put it down, and you fold it. You fold a piece to it. You see how cute this is coming along so far? However you see fit. You want to decorate the egg before you put the stuffing in. And don't add a bunch of glue on the edge and try to speed the process of putting the lace, the ribbon in, because the glue is going to dry up. No. Do piece by piece. Let me put this down. Hold it down. See? Now, I wouldn't do it to this one because it's so small. You want the details to show. Probably add like a little bow Or, you see, can't really do anything to this unless you're going to put it in the background. But you get the point. You get the concept of how to do these. This is real quick. And you make it your personal, you know. It makes it that cute. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you understand and I made it clearly on how to do this. Like I said, it's just using the Dollar Tree wood as your template. And always get an extra one in case you want to decor the wood part itself. These I'll keep as my template even for next year. I don't have to worry. Thank you, guys.